Joining us now is Vivian Balakrishnan. He's Singapore's foreign minister. Minister, fantastic to have you on First Move. I bet that's the most unique way you've ever been introduced to do an interview.
Yes,
but
indeed.
I have to say,
It's great to see you, Julia.
I watched that and I absolutely loved it. What can I say? Talk to me about plans to get more people vaccinated, using this and other methods, of course, too.
Well, it's corny, but it's effective.
Loved it.
It certainly got the message out there and got attention.
Now, I mentioned that around 2/3 of people have yet to receive a vaccine, and there has been at least some degree of speculation that perhaps Singapore's looking to use the UK model, perhaps vaccinate people with one dose and have a bigger gap between the second dose. Is that being considered just to get more people vaccinated quicker?
Well, actually, we've already decided to do that. Our key focus now is to roll out vaccination as quickly as possible. In fact, we've just aimed to double the pace of vaccination. Right now, as of today, about 38% of all Singaporeans have received the first dose. In terms of receiving 2 doses, it's about 29%, so about a third of our population, which is not bad. The main limiting factor really is the supplies. In terms of our infrastructure to deliver the jabs into arms, that's all in place. I'm also very glad to say that we don't have significant vaccine hesitancy. And you just watched that rather corny video. It's a way of just getting people's attention, explaining it in a humorous way, and yet a very serious message that this is life-saving and this is the way we need to get out of this box that COVID-19 has trapped us in for the last 1.5 years.
And we certainly all feel it. And I refuse to call it corny, by the way. I love that video.
Okay, great. I'll let them know.
Thank you. How quickly can you get those supplies? You mentioned it. This is not a problem of vaccine hesitancy. This is simply having the supplies available. What can you tell us and to tell those Singaporeans watching how quickly they can hope to get either their first dose or perhaps their second in the future?
Well, right now, we've actually opened the vaccination program to all Singaporeans who are 40 and above. And our next step is that we're going to offer vaccination to our school students, the teenagers, following which it'll be open season for everyone in Singapore. So all this is going to happen within the next 2 months or so. So watch this space. You're going to see a great acceleration. But it's worth taking a step back and to ask why we're in such a hurry. First point is that COVID-19, unfortunately, is a permanent resident in humanity. It's endemic. It's not going to go away ever. Second point, and this is one which we're getting through, in fact, in Singapore right now, is that variants will continue to evolve and will continue to challenge us. The only thing in the long term is to make sure that the population has immunity at sufficient levels. And there are only 2 ways to achieve that. You either get infected, in which case there's a real risk of mortality, as we've seen in other parts of the world, or vaccination. So what we're trying to do right now is double down on vaccination, keep public education going, make sure facts and not misinformation are available, and then to be able to get on in the next phase with living with this virus, which is never going to go away completely. So that's the strategy. The rest of it is execution. It's really about logistics, it's about planning, it's about communicating, it's persuading, reassuring, and so on and so forth.
And sometimes it's about tough decisions, and you've done that in the last 24 hours. You've suspended the Singapore-Hong Kong travel bubble. You've also, in recent days, made the decision to cancel the World Economic Forum, Davos being held in August in Singapore. Is this all out of an abundance of caution?
It is an abundance of caution. But I think it's better to lean on that side and to maintain credibility, to maintain that reputation for reliability and trust. I can't overstate the case for maintaining trust. Because again, if you project, say, 6 months from now, in 6 months' time, the United States would have had the majority of your population vaccinated. It will join countries like Israel and the rest of it. Singapore, we will certainly be in that league as well. The question then, as you open up the global economy, is how will